Today we're going to make a double espresso. Now, as you can see, there doesn't appear to be an espresso machine here to make it with. What we're going to be using is the Aeropress by Aerobie, which is a very odd device. It actually just looks like a huge syringe, but the end is flat. So what I'm going to do right now is we're going to put in this base a sheet of filter paper, a round disc of filter paper, screw it tightly onto the end of the tube there and place it on the coffee mug. Now, the thing about the difference between making a cup of coffee and making a cup of espresso is that coffee is created one way or another by water dripping or soaking down through coffee grinds and dripping into a carafe or a cup. Espresso is made when you put water over coffee grinds but then apply pressure. In other words, it's not just gravity, you're applying pressure, and that's what expensive espresso machines do. In this case, the pressure is going to be delivered by hand. So we have the tube here, we have the filter in the bottom. We're going to make a double espresso. I've ground some fine grind coffee here, and then we're going to put in, oops, I'm going to do this without making a mess, 2 scoops. They actually provide a little thing to go in the top so you don't spill it, but I keep forgetting to use that. Alright, now I have some coffee, some water, boiled water, just off the boil. I finished boiling about 2 minutes ago, so it's just off the boil, which is as it should be. And I'm going to fill it up, let's shake that, fill it up to where it says 2. Now, it'll start dripping a little bit right away, but not much until I apply the pressure. So now I'm just going to stir that for a few seconds, and this makes sure all the coffee grinds are totally immersed in the water and every surface is touching the water. Now I'm going to put the plunger in the top, wait a few moments, and then I'm going to apply pressure. Alright, it's not maybe as hard as it's going to look, but I'm not just pushing it down in one big hard push. I'm giving just steady pressure, little by little by little, and I'm pushing it all the way down. So I'm forcing the water under pressure into through the grinds and through the filter. So what I have now in here is basically a double espresso. So I can do what I want now. I can steam some milk and pour it in and have myself a nice latte. I can divide it up into maybe 2 single shots for myself and someone else. Or what I'm going to do today, I'm actually just going to add some extra water and I've made myself an Americano. So there you go. It's extraordinary that you can actually make an espresso without an espresso machine with something that basically just looks like a syringe. And certainly if you got yourself a very expensive espresso maker, it would probably make a slightly better shot of espresso. But for a lot of the steam driven home espresso machines, this will in fact make you just as good an espresso as going out and spending $100 or $200 on something a little fancier.